Hey guys, I'm going to do a very short, hopefully sweet video on how to draw hands. Usually I find most tutorials on drawing hands very convoluted and it kind of pisses me off because they are an intricate little, I have mail, pain in the butt thing to draw. Like, they thing. Look at them thing. But if you can remember that the palm is this basic shape. The fingers are kind of a half diamond shape. And the finger length, the longest finger should be about the same length as the palm. The thumb, you've got your bones in here. Okay? Your thumb sticks off like another half triangle. And that's its base bone. And then it's got two joints. So it's got the tip and then the centerpiece. If you can remember this centerpiece on your thumbs, you will be leaps and bounds ahead of a lot of people, because that is the portion of the thumb that is usually forgotten. That's why a lot of people, when they draw thumbs, it looks ridiculous and it doesn't make sense. So the knuckles go on top, which is, the knuckle is basically the joint of the two bones here, and then the tendon running over top. So you can see on my hands right now, because they're weird, you can see the tendon over top of the knuckle. Now, the joints of the fingers basically run in this direction, okay? So you've got the first two fingers, which are almost equal. The middle finger's a little bit higher, and then it drops right down for the ring finger and the baby finger. And that's just the way you can draw the joints. You can start with a line if you want, if it's easier, and you can break it down into the three joints, or you can just start building up blocks or sausage shapes for hands. It depends on what I'm doing, what I'll draw. Usually these three fingers kind of stick together. The pinky can go off if you're really doing some crazy witchcraft looking symbols, but a lot of times when you're just holding your hand, these three fingers here kind of form a flow, and then the pointer finger usually has a mind of its own, so it's kind of separated from the other three. I call these the clique. They kind of just stick together. And the baby finger, the tip of the baby finger is going to be like, especially on my hands, I have very small hands, so it really just depends on the size of hand you're trying to draw. But yeah, like, they all just follow kind of this kind of flow. And if you can get, like, you're going to have your two main, technically there are three main masses for the hand. You've got your thumb mass, your palm, and then whatever the hell your fingers are doing. And if you can remember that basically three shapes create a hand, then you shouldn't hopefully have, like, you will have trouble with hands because they are finicky and ridiculous, but it shouldn't give you so much trouble if you can just remember that the mass shape of the fingers, the mass shape of the palm, and then whatever the hell the thumb is doing, that major shape. So it'll be kind of a triangle. This thumb's kind of wonky. Sorry about that, but making a fist, you'd want to tuck that. And the main body of the palm is made of three major masses. There's the finger ridge up here, the pinky side, and then the thumb mound. So finger ridge, the pinky side, and the thumb mound. So it's that basic kind of shape, which is broken right down. It's that shape. And the thumb will come out a little bit more, but that'll basically, this shape over here will be driven by what your thumb is doing, but that's the main shape of the palm that you just want to remember, okay? A weird trapezoid. But yeah, you should be able to draw like if you can remember that the palm is the same length as the middle finger, that'll give you a measurement for whatever hand position you're doing. Even if the position is like a crunched up kind of foreshortened view, just remember the different joints of the fingers and you should be okay, because you can draw cylinders, right? Everyone should be able to draw a cylinder, and if you draw some cylinders in perspective, you can usually draw a hand in perspective. Sometimes it's a little bit daunting, but that's okay. Doop, 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 doop. So yeah, that's just a really basic rundown of how to draw hands. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. I will do another video on feet, which are incredibly difficult as well, and I'll try and make it super simple so you guys can understand it. It's not just to be like nobody understands, it's just one of those really difficult freaking things to draw and to get a handle on. So anyway, enjoy. Bye.